is Matthew Morrison with the Parascientific Research and Investigations Unit, formerly known as Pale Horse Investigations. In this investigation, we are investigating an apartment complex that had a sigil of a demon taped to a CD and left at the doorstep. Now, prior to this, the residents have stated that they had heard creaking noises, seen shadow people, and had other disturbances such as items disappearing and mugs flying off the shelves. Stay tuned for this investigation and see what we find. I'm about to go to an apartment that the residents have been reporting hauntings recently, and they say that it gets worse during a full moon, so I've been waiting to go and investigate. But this morning I've got my phone blowing up, and apparently someone has left a summoning sigil of a demon in front of the door. So someone is trying to summon the demon Murmur at their apartment complex now. So I'll show you guys the picture of that. So this is their rudimentary sigil that they left. You can see it here, and I'll show you guys the actual sigil here. And here we see Murmur's actual sigil. So I'm going now to investigate and help these people out. Alrighty, just arrived at the apartment complex. And we're going to meet with the client. Okay, so we do want to make note that they do have an LGBTQ flag hanging up there. So it could be possible that it is a hate crime. Oh, this is a brand new CD.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? So they literally bought the CD.
I'm guessing it's because it's Merle Haggard and it's the Murmur. But what got me is why I'm thinking it's Cheyenne. It says, "Are good times really ever over?"
And so you have a guess on who could have done it?
I've seen my ex on this road before. And I've had a restraining order against them also, so.
Oh, there's a partial fingerprint right there.
That could be mine or Olivia's, though. Or is it on the painting? You know? I don't know. All I know is I'm not happy about it.
So is there a significance about Earl Haggard?
No. I mean, my papa liked him.
Okay.
But other than that, and I don't think Cheyenne knew that. Or, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't understand, like, why we would get it. And then why her tire stem would be slashed. Like, the thing is, like, she picked up, you know when they, like, change your brakes and like, your tires and rotate them, and they put, like, the wheel weights on there?
Mm-hmm.
One of the wheel weights were off right by her car, also.
So the paper was creased at some point for some reason. I don't get why the paint was done this way, but like
Blood?
I guess to make it look like blood, yeah.
Not actual blood.
No.
To look like blood.
Yeah. And then I think the other part's just Sharpie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is why did they choose Murmur when Murmur isn't even like some super evil
Unless
demon?
they don't know.
Unless they just randomly picked one, is what I'm guessing.
When I first moved in, my landlord made a joke. Oh, don't mind the dead body there, or that was there, or something. It just making
Yeah.
jokes. But not that we know of. Angela didn't ever say anything about it either. But Justini had said at one point that at my mom's new house that there was something in the master bedroom, but
You never.
I didn't ever feel it, or I can normally feel like a really heavy like,
Presence.
and there's something heavy right now that's like
On your chest.
yeah. But I never feel anything at Mom's house, no.
Okay.
I mean, little things would happen, just like, oh, something would be moved, and I didn't really get it, but then, like, when Olivia showed up, she was like, do you know where my glasses are? At first we just thought we had, like, oh, a little
Misplaced them.
trickster.
Oh, or that.
Or a trickster, like, oh, I'm gonna move these, and you're gonna find them later. Like, at one point, when, like, the first couple times she was over, she had her glasses up here, and they were in the living room under the table. And we were like,
It's a great place to end up, yeah.
But it was just stuff like that, and then I was on FaceTime with her, and I was laying on my bed, and the dark figure really likes this area.
Okay.
She could see a dark figure from that.
I'll set up a camera there too.
But it was mainly just heavy feelings, Olivia feeling that she was unwelcome. Like they didn't want Olivia here because she made it more aware.
Yeah.
Like she brought it to attention.
Yeah, it heightened more.
Yeah. But I'm an amplifier. Like things like to come to me and feel safe because I can't see them. I can only be like, oh, I'm having anxiety. I have a heavy chest.
Yeah.
Not anxiety.
Yeah, and I'm sure just your spirit also, just how you are in general, I can see them being like, yeah, she's feisty, has
safe.
Energy. Yeah, I can see that.
On our way home from Springfield one time, like, she said, there's something following us. And I said, no, babe, it's okay. And then we took the dogs out and we could see a black figure out by the pond. Because at that point we ran it off with sage and everything,
Yeah.
and it was fine. The house felt more controlled.
Yeah, calmer.
Sage normally dies it down and like levels it, but she started this stupid thing since they like the closet so much. She's been doing like a cat's cradle and shit around the door handle,
Yep.
and they'll fuck with it. They do. They mess with that shit. Like at one time, when she put it around, because she'll normally like do it in a fancy little like tie or something.
Yeah.
And at one point, it was just in like a string down it, like a spiral string down it. I'm like, and then one day I was like, "Have you messed with this, or did you go in the closet?" And she was like, "No." And it was the end of it was looped into the closet door.
Oh, like it'd been pulled in there.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. My mom had the dogs. There was nobody here. And we used to have interlocking cups, like little coffee cups.
Yeah, that like stacked together.
Yeah, they perfectly stacked together. And it was really close to the coffee maker, so it would have
Wouldn't
less
fall
chance.
off. Yeah, fall
Mine was the only one moved off of it and it was shattered on the floor. And some of the pieces were all the way over here, like over by the kitchen table. Like they were shattered pretty far. It wasn't
really
just
far distance.
It wasn't just a oop.
It was like slammed almost.
Yeah, they were shattered everywhere. Like didn't think a little coffee cup could shatter all the way over here, but
yeah. If you want to include that, I would say would be the demon symbol left on your front porch.
Yeah, we took the dogs out at 10 last night and nothing was there.
So when did you find it?
Olivia found it when she was going to work about 8 this morning, 7:45, 8 this morning.
So fairly early in the morning it was left.
And her tire was slashed. Her tire stem, typically around 8 or 9 or 10. Like they're most active because
when you guys are home.
When the moon's out, they're out.
Yeah.
Is what we came to the conclusion of.
Gotcha.
We were sitting in the closet because we were both uneasy. Like we were like, what the fuck is going on? And Olivia kept getting drawn to the closet to just go grab something or do something. And so Olivia's like, what the hell? What's going on?
Yeah.
And that's when Dead Girl said, I'm Dead Girl and I want French fries. She talks to them.
So did she hear this, like, psychically? Okay.
I guess, in a sense.
Yeah.
She can pick it up.
Yeah.
But I also use my pendulum, and I have communicated with them before.
Okay.
like unraveled completely or in a different shape in the morning, and then after we had talked to you about it, I just haven't touched it. Like I wouldn't like we would intentionally get everything out of the closet that we would need so that we wouldn't have to get in there the following day, and then we would find the string partially inside the door, even though we had very like specifically made sure that it wasn't caught in the door at all overnight and closed the door completely.
Or if the doors are like this at all, like just barely undone, you'll hear it like just randomly. Like we'll be asleep and it'll go.
Which, you know, could be like, oh, the air moved or something like that.
But it's still creepy.
It is still creepy, for sure. My partner, Allie, I had seen some things, like, before moving in. And Allie had told me that they had some experiences here that were not normal. And I know that at one point, like, we've had some police show up here a couple of times for no apparent reason, asking for different people that don't live here anymore, that our neighbor doesn't remember living here. And then I know the neighbor has said that she hears things, like when we're not home, like voices or just noises and stuff over here. But other than that, I don't have a whole lot of history on the area.
Any family history you think is important that could be, you know, related to this haunting?
My mom believes that, well, she told me a story once a long time ago that she believes she was visited by demons, but she also is kind of crazy. And she was also raised in a very, very devout religious situation, so that could be any number of things. There's a lot of her childhood that she doesn't remember. So I was actually on FaceTime with Allie in December, and we had just been talking back and forth about a lot of different things, and I kept that seeing without seeing. I kept seeing something in the ceiling or like walking behind Allie, and again it was just seeing the movement and like a little bit of darkness with it, and it just did not feel kind anytime that I saw it. Informed Allie as such, and they went through and saged everything. That was early to mid-December of last year, so about a little over 6 months ago now. Yeah.
Have the disturbances been increasing in frequency and or severity since they first began?
I can't speak for before like mid-November when I first met Allie. I feel like there for a little while they were increasing, but then it seemed like we had kind of, you know, we have rearranged our space. We've done different like protective things. I've used some Florida water. We've used sage. I've used Palo Santo for a long time. So, you know, using those different things to try to protect our space and cleanse as much as we can. We've got lots of crystals. I'm really into runes, so the most recent like protective action that I've done is actually use Florida water to paint some runes on the closet door.
Okay.
And then our Florida water bottle was empty.
And yeah, but it seemed like it was holding off there until probably April. Was it like April? It kind of started trying to pick it back up again.
We used that in right after St. Louis, babe.
I know, but it was like late April, early May that it felt like there was like another spike. And then it has, since we've kind of stopped doing anything to kind of try to see what happens.
Yeah.
And it's like I pretty regularly feel something or feel like I'm seeing something, but I'm just not acknowledging it.
Or here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have there been any witnesses from outside the house? What did they experience?
Our neighbor hasn't seen anything, but often she'll make an offhand comment like, oh, you know, what were y'all doing over there? And we'll be like, we weren't home. The dogs weren't home either. And it'll be like noises or like people talking. And then she'll be like, oh, you must have had the TV on. No, we didn't have anything going on over here. We don't leave stuff on. I mean, we really don't have a lot of people over, so.
It's mainly just me and you.
Yeah. I have a little ocean jasper
I
worry
told him
stone
about that.
that just disappeared.
Yeah.
Like, it just disappeared. I looked everywhere for it. And then we were getting something out of the closet.
I was killing a gnat in the closet.
Allie was killing a gnat in the closet, and it literally just it seemed like it just fell out of the wall, because we have this shelf full of crystals in there, and you would think, oh, you must have just put it on the shelf. I looked on the shelf. It was not on the shelf, and then it just like appeared, like clattered onto the desk and into the floor, and it was just there.
Just there.
After I had been looking for it for probably about a month. It used to really like this corner, and now it just kind of hangs out like in the center.
Now, can you see that from your bed? Is that how you're seeing it, or
normally, like, I mean, I sleep on this far side of the bed, so like if I'm, you know, here and I look up, like I can kind of, it's more like I can see like a, like, okay, I'm just gonna show you. Like, if I'm laying down, like I can kind of see
inside the.
It'll just be like hanging down a little bit. And it just, like, obviously I can't see anything now.
Right.
But
you'll see like a darkness hanging down from the closet.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's random creaks all over that shouldn't be.
Right. Okay, so I'm at the apartment complex, and I don't know if you can hear that or not, but there's a lot of creaking in this house. Little pops everywhere. More so than I've noticed at any other house I've really stayed at. Now the sun is going down, as you can see behind me. I could say it's temperature change, where the sun goes down, it gets darker, causing the house to flex. The different walls to, flex in and out and whatnot, and causing the creaks. But I'm sitting here reviewing audio. I'm sitting here reviewing video, and I'm noticing that it's creaking a lot. More so than I'm used to for a house creaking. Like, I've got an older house that was in the 70s. This is obviously a newer apartment complex. And, mine doesn't even creak this much. And it's just the walls creaking and the ceilings creaking. Quite a bit, surprisingly. There we go again. I have a next door neighbor, but I haven't heard anything from them. There's just a bunch of creaking noises. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my audio recorder in here and start it up. But yeah, kind of odd. A lot of creaking, more so than I'm used to. Like at least 2 creaks a minute. Probably around that. There's another one. The following are audio clips of the creaking noises that can be heard throughout the house. It's during all times of the day, during different times. Sometimes it would go hours between sounds, but off and on throughout the whole day, you will hear creaking noises throughout the house, and at night, it amplifies. that is going off. It is. I don't know if it's because of this. Nothing under the table. There's a lot of electric in this room. It's probably not the best room to be doing EMF. That was the heating and air turning on. I'm just talking about a cold chill. It seems to be just a slow energy field moving through here. Oh, that was different. Is that you? Are you here? Can you make that thing light up? There's a light on the table. Can you make it light up? What's that noise? You guys hear that right there? That's new. I don't know what that is. Look up. Let's see what's it doing. I don't see anyone outside the window. Can you make this noise? Alrighty, base temperature for this room, 72 point. That was a big banging noise. 73, 72, 74. Closet 74.2. 73. 73. Neighbors going in and out of the apartment. Interesting timing. The door itself, though, out there is not moving. Okay, so this was just working. I put new batteries in it. And now it's not working. There we go. I had something to get this going here. We could do that, but we also got EMF. Is this timer even working? No, it's not doing anything. Alright, so place the EMF, I guess, right here. So come over here. If there's a spirit in this room that would like to be seen, I'm going to take a picture of the closet right there in front of me. If you could, please go stand in front of it. I will give you a little bit. I'm going to take your picture. If you want to be in the picture, go stand in front of the closet for me, okay? Alright, 3, 2, 1. And this comes out a Polaroid. try that again. Okay, so guys, I've been at the haunted apartment, or possibly haunted apartment, for a good few hours now. It is 11:42 p.m. I'm getting ready to do some EVP work and EMF work. I would go live, but I don't have enough followers yet, so if you guys want to see these live, don't forget to hit that follow button, but I'll be back in a bit when it hits midnight. So this is the supposed haunted closet that's only part of the apartment. We've also been taking photographs as well as that audio running, and we have the EMF detector running by the closet here. So far, haven't gotten anything significant. 1:46 a.m. Are you here? What's your name? Barry? Is Ghost Lady here? Ghost Lady, are you here? Is it controlled? That's that shows. Is the air lock stick on? Is the air stick on? What's your... How many are there? How many spirits are here? The following is audio evidence we collected from a ghost box session that we had in the master bedroom. A ghost box is a ghost hunting device that is a radio box that has been modified to scan radio stations continuously. And the theory goes is that if you're listening to this and you're asking questions and you start getting responses, it's possible that a ghost is trying to speak through the radio stations. Here are a couple of the responses that are possible paranormal evidence. Why are you here? Playing? Are you playing with them? How many spirits are here? Unfortunately, we were unable to capture any video evidence or any EVPs. The only evidence we were really able to capture during this investigation were the creaking sounds throughout the house and an odd EMF disturbance in one of the bedrooms. Now, we leave it up to you on whether you think this house is haunted or not. With all the strange happenings that did occur here, the two ladies did decide to leave. They no longer live in this apartment and they have moved to a different apartment. But to this day, they still claim to be having paranormal experiences. We hope you enjoyed this investigation, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more paranormal and haunting videos.